I don't know. I feel like people can believe what they want and just be peaceful. Like my dad always says, your faith is what keeps you alive. And it's true. If you have nothing to believe in, what is there to live for, honestly? Hooping is more than just a physical activity for me. It's a very spiritual activity. The hoop itself is the circle, and a circle consists of 360 degrees, which is a sign of some sort of completion. Our earth is also circular. Our lives are made up of cycles as well, just like a circle has a beginning and an end, but even the end point is another beginning. I'm from New York, but I'm half Italian. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm half Hispanic and half black. Not Italian. I want pot. I want to smoke pot in a bowl.
Don't we all?
The atoms in our body rotate at the same rate on the same axis that the earth rotates. Ultimately, we all return to the source. Had we not come from the earth, we would not be able to decompose in such a way. Just like, I don't know, just things like that people don't even think about. Like, wow, it is, to me, it's so true. I really do think hula hooping is its own phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, hooping is.
You gotta get into the flow.
Yeah, that's why.
You have to achieve flow.
It's the flow. It's all about the flow.
happen.
Once you establish the flow and that oneness with your hoop, like it's done. Like
Yeah.
it's over for the world because you're never gonna stop hooping.
Yeah.
Yo, let's hoop.
Yeah. That's pretty much like the statement.
It's like
yeah.
basketball? No.
Let's go hoop.
The real hoop. But
Yeah.
you see what you see, these are the effects of hooping. This
Like, you're
happiness,
just,
like
laugh.
this moment here, those
can-
are the effects of hooping. Okay, there's this festival in November, I don't know if it's called Florida Flow Fest. Have you heard of it?
No.
Yo, you have to look it up.
I needed an outlet besides art, or besides like visual, tactile art. I wanted something that I could just express immediately. Yeah, move my body.
It's like using your body to manipulate another object to keep it moving. You're using your energy to get into something else. I feel like it's kind of a feminine thing.
It is a
It's
very
kind of sexy.
It makes you feel like a woman. And every morning, like, I don't know, I wake up and before I even brush my teeth, I'm like, where's my hoop?
I want to hoop. It's addicting.
The first belief that my uncle introduced me to, he's a Buddhist per se, and he would tell me like the 4 noble truths. And the first noble truth is that there's suffering. The second noble truth is that the cause of suffering is attachment. When we lose something, we suffer because we were attached to that something, and the loss causes us grief. It's not to say that you shouldn't love things. It's just to say that you should understand that things are temporary and they pass, and that the loss of it means that something new is coming. So why stress? Like, it's over. I think it's fascinating to a lot of people, but so I'm gonna take it to India because I feel like I want to see how they would react to me hooping.
What's your name?
Audrey.
Audrey. Have you seen her? Dude, she's sick. So why are you talking?
Because you're like all like, what?
This one too.
That's some microplasm shit.
Been spinning poi staff for about 7 years now. When I first started, there's maybe 10 people in Florida that I knew that spun staff, poi, whatever it was. In the past 4 or 5 years, it's just blown up like crazy throughout all of Florida that are all just as obsessed as I am with the flow arts. And then when you light it on fire, that's what makes everything so much better. Probably every week at somewhere in Florida, we have huge fire jams. The feeling of that fire, being able to control something that's not controlled is the most amazing feeling I've ever experienced in my entire life. And I would not change it for a thing.
A lot of people are like, I'm not that flexible. You are that flexible.
And I feel safe in my space and I can dance in there. I don't feel like I can be judged when I dance with a hoop. So it's really helped me learn how to be comfortable with myself and actually be able to take away the hoop and dance and be comfortable. So I'm super appreciative of the circle.
Witchcraft is what I believe in. The basis of it is believing in the earth. Last night was the full moon, and last night was like a big deal for me. Everything you wish for, everything your heart desires, the best time to ask for it is during the full moon. That's when the veil between the unseen world and the seen world is thinnest. That's what witchcraft originally was, and of course it's distorted through time as is everything.
Spinning poi for these guys, my babies. The minute you start moving these, people look at you. So in relation to other people, it's almost forced me to be more outgoing and way more confident in myself.
I started getting this idea that there was something really magical that happened when someone with a lot of skill in what they did got a really big challenge all at once. In my case, it was like 40 customers walk in the door and you sprout like 10 extra arms and you make all these drinks and you're making everything awesomely and you kind of forget that you're there and time sort of falls apart, you know? And then I discovered the same thing in contact juggling, and yeah, it sort of took over my life. Like I started practicing like 15 minutes a week, and that turned into like an hour a week, and that turned into like 3 hours a week, and then one day I woke up in a warehouse in East Oakland and all of my friends were jugglers. I perform on streets and stages all over the world.
So as to forget this world for a little bit and enter a new realm, be in another flow, and just a more subtle flow. When you realize you realize other people more. You're just like, wow, why is your heart like that? Why are you so fucked up?
Perfect. Awesome. This is a day dedicated to basically sending hoops out into the world. I'm with Hula for Happiness, and our mission is to spread the joy of hooping and the love of God all over the world, one hoop at a time.
I think everybody's crazy. But they like to play it off like they're normal and shit. Like they don't think crazy things. I believe in a lot of things, but ultimately, I believe in a lot of things. Probably has to do with me being a yogi in my past life. It may sound like, I guess, some hippie shit, but it's not hippie shit. This is the life I live.